Hello, Tucson Unified Community. I am Dr. Gabriel Trujillo, your proud superintendent here in the Tucson Unified School District. Welcome to Professional Learning Community Professional Development Session number 3. Today, we'll be talking about the importance of the agenda and the importance of the role of the Professional Learning Community Team Facilitator. There is no duty more challenging yet more rewarding than that of leading adults and facilitating conversations amongst parties that have differing opinions. So today, you'll learn all about valuable skills and tools and resources necessary to ensure an exceptionally well-run meeting. Also, the importance of an agenda, the importance of having a roadmap with very, very clear stated outcomes that become necessary and become the safeguard of an efficient and an effective professional learning community meeting. Because one thing we know about professional learning community meetings, they require your most valuable commodity, your time. And we want to make sure that that time is well spent, well organized, and meaningful to you. Enjoy today's session.
Hello, and welcome to our third PD on professional learning communities and collaborative teacher teams. In today's session, we will be focusing on the facilitator's responsibility and the purpose of the agenda. Please join another collaborative teacher team and share the norms you created after our last PLC PD session. Facilitators, please pause the presentation for 4 minutes to allow teams to share their norms. Here are the guiding questions for today's session. Please take a minute to silently read them. As most of you already know, the collaborative teacher team cycle is comprised of 4 components. They include focus, teach, assess, and respond. Please join me by looking at your collaborative teacher team cycle handout. Take a couple of minutes to refamiliarize yourself with this cycle. Facilitators, please pause the presentation for 2 minutes to allow for quiet reading time. Now that we have taken some time to review the collaborative teacher team cycle, let's refer to the 4 critical questions handout. Take time to review the questions aligned to the 4 critical questions. As a table group, determine where you would align the 4 steps of the cycle to the 4 critical questions. Facilitators, please pause the presentation for 5 minutes to allow for review and group discussion. Please read this slide to yourself. Does it validate what your collaborative teacher team just discussed? At this time, we are going to move into the role of the collaborative teacher team facilitator. Please join 2 other colleagues that you have not had the opportunity to work with today and become a trio. Once in your trio, brainstorm a list of facilitator responsibilities on a piece of chart paper. After writing the responsibilities, categorize them and be ready to share. Facilitators, please pause the presentation for 7 minutes to allow for trios to form, brainstorming, categorizing, and sharing. Silently read the roles and compare your list. How many of your categories align with the information on this slide? Now that we have established the role of the facilitator, let's think about what makes a good agenda. Please take out your copy of the TUSD Collaborative Teacher Team Agenda. This is the new TUSD agenda that we will be asking all of you to use this school year. Your support staff and/or your administrator will be sure to give you access to an electronic version. Facilitators, please pause the presentation for 4 minutes to review, to answer questions, or to provide clarification of components.
As a collaborative teacher team, we assess our effectiveness on the basis of results rather than intentions. Teams seek relevant data and information and use that information to promote continuous improvement.
A collaborative teacher team needs to be results-driven to get the expected results of increased student achievement. The results need to be based on evidence. Intentions are not measurable, but evidence is. The focus of collaborative teacher teams is to identify the following. Number 1, each student who has not yet learned the essential skills and concepts. Number 2, each student who has learned the essential skills and concepts. Number 3, strategies to improve upon our individual ability to teach each essential skill and concept. And finally, number 4, strategies to improve upon our collective ability to teach each essential skill and concept. Ask yourself, how often has your collaborative teacher team focused on these 4 areas this academic year? Facilitators, please pause the presentation for 2 minutes to allow collaborative teacher teams to share their answers. SMART goals are probably not new to any of you, but we did want to take a few minutes to remind you of their importance for marking our progress and ensuring we are being results-driven. Please take out your SMART Goals handout to refer to during the upcoming slides. Take a minute to silently read the criteria for establishing SMART goals. Refer to your SMART Goal handout. Now that we've established the criteria for SMART goals, here are some tips to help you create SMART goals.
Limit the number of district, school, and team goals.
Team goals should be established by teams rather than for teams.
Avoid establishing goals that are too narrow or too broad or too far in the future.
Ensure measurable targets demonstrate continuous improvement.
Monitor work toward a goal by creating team products directly related to the goal and establishing benchmarks that assess progress.
Celebrate progress, then establish a new goal. It is important to document our progress during collaborative teacher team time. Please read through the following guidelines. It has been a pleasure working with you today, but before we leave, let's tie it all together. Please take a minute or two to reflect on the first two questions. Now write your thoughts on the index card provided at your table and wait to be prompted of your next steps. Facilitators, please end the presentation and guide participants through the closure.